Journaling is a woo-woo, it's neuroscience, and I'm gonna show you how. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maggie, and this Cozy Corner is about building a life that actually feels like yours intentionally. Now on this channel, I talk about everything mindset, manifestation, intentional living, spirituality, and reconnecting with your feminine energy. So if you are interested in any of those, please feel free to like and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. So the main thing that I wanted to share with you today is the power of journaling and how writing things down can actually change your life. And I know that sounds repetitive, but let me tell you why. Okay, so first I want to start with thoughts. So think of your thoughts like clouds. They're out there, they're floating around, they're fleeting. You see them, then they disappear. And when you write something down, you're bringing that thought, that energy, and that frequency into this reality physically. Something you can see, something you can touch, something you can feel. So when you write things down, your brain treats writing things down differently than thoughts. And it's saying, this is important, I need to remember this, let's put it into this reality. The act of writing is also declaration. You're telling the universe what you want to get rid of, the things you want to change, the things that you want to manifest. By writing things down, you're bringing power to yourself through words and your actions of writing them down. Also, by writing things down, you are building your life intentionally. You're not just living day by day, you are taking action, you're writing things down, whether that be like even a checklist of things to do or side quests, as I like to put them to make them more fun. But by writing them down, you're bringing them into this reality, you're telling your brain this is important and this is something that I need to focus on. So let's get neurospicy or dig into the neuroscience behind this, because I find this extremely fascinating, and I feel like once you understand why your brain and writing things down is so important, you'll want to do it more. And that's my goal by the end of this, is to have you journaling more, writing things down, creating that dream life that you create for yourself. I was just on a FaceTime with a friend, and we were talking about how I was going to make this video, and she asked if typing things in her notes app was the same thing. Yes and no. So the main difference between writing something down and typing it on your phone, when you're typing something, it's mechanical and repetitive. So it's not really connecting with your brain or triggering those responses in your brain that are as impactful as writing things down. On the other hand, literally, writing by hand activates brain regions tied to reading, language processing, and motor memory. And they're all firing simultaneously. So you're activating different neural pathways in your brain, again, bringing that into this reality. The act of writing makes your brain work harder to produce it. Therefore, it's telling your brain you need to encode this more deeply. So let's take this one step further. Should you be writing in normal print or in cursive? So with print, each letter is a separate motor movement, but with cursive, letters connect more in a flow. So not only are you entering your flow state, but the brain needs to plan ahead, hold words as a whole unit, and execute as one continuous movement. So the brain is working harder to then write these things down rather than would be for print, if that makes sense. So that planning and flow activates the left hemisphere, which is language and logic, and the right hemisphere, which is rhythm, creativity, and spatial thinking. So to recap, when you type something into your phone, your brain still registers it, but not as deeply. But when you put pen on paper, especially in cursive, you are activating both sides of your brain, and you're telling your reticular activating system that this is something important and this is something that you need to remember. That's not woo-woo, that's neuroscience. The sun is actually coming out right now, and it was not supposed to come out at all today, so I'm extremely excited. So to end this, I'm gonna give you 3 different journal prompts that you can choose from. I highly encourage you just to pick one and take 5 minutes and just write down whatever comes to you. If you wanna take more time, that's obviously more than welcome. Anything that you want, anything that your heart desires, you are worthy of, and you deserve to have that life. Okay, so for the first prompt, it's gonna be, what do I want my life to actually look like a year from now? So write down today's date, and some different examples you can have are a different job. Maybe you finally started that content creation journey that you wanted to. Maybe you took that trip. Maybe you did a solo date. Maybe you bought a house. Maybe you moved. Whatever it is, write it down and just see where your brain can take you. Just see where your inner child is going to take you. And if you want to become the highest version of yourself, what does her day look like? What does she look like? How does she feel? How does she act? How does she carry herself? So the next one is a really good one, and it is, what is one thing I keep saying someday about, and why not today? What do you keep putting off? What are you so afraid of? Are those fears actually real, or is it just your brain trying to protect you from a made-up fear? And the third one is really good to do also during a full moon, because during full moons, that is a good time for release. So the third one is, what am I ready to let go of to make more room for what I want? So what things are holding you back? What character traits, personality traits, maybe even people are holding you back from becoming the highest version of yourself? Write it down, let go, Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and join me on building our dream lives together, because together we are more powerful and women are amazing. Remember that journaling is not woo-woo, it is neuroscience. You are more than capable of achieving anything that you want in this life, and you deserve to have whatever you want in this life. You are worthy of it, and don't you forget that. And again, thank you so much for being here. I love you very much, and I will see you in the next video.